Hi, I'm Ken. My grandkids call me the Gadget Man because I'm always buying gadgets, like this one. It's supposed to poach eggs in the microwave, but I've not had much success with it, so it will go in the drawer with all the other gadgets which I bought, which didn't work for me anyway. But today I'm not talking about gadgets. Today I want to talk about something I bought for my kitchen, specifically this thing, which is the Ninja Grill XL. It's part of the Ninja group of appliances made by Shark. You've seen the Shark vacuum cleaner, so this is made by Shark, called the Shark Ninja. Now what I'm going to do is show you just how good it is, this. I'm quite pleased with it, and maybe when I've finished talking about it, you might want to buy one yourself, but they are quite expensive. This model is about £250, although I bought mine brand new with a guarantee for £190 simply because it had a very, very tiny dent in the top just here. You can hardly see it, so I didn't care about that. It works perfectly and it does exactly what I want it to do. So I'm going to show you about it first of all, and then later on I will probably cook something in it to show you just how well it works. This is the Ninja Grill Max. Of course, it's not just the grill. This is one of two sizes. There's another size, the Ninja Grill, which is, I'll show you a picture of it. It's narrower than this, but a bit deeper. But this is its big brother, or sister if you like, and it's quite different because it's intelligent. In the first one, you need to do the usual thing, work out what sort of food you're going to cook, what sort of weight it is, and what sort of time it's going to take, and what sort of temperature you need. On this one, it does it all for you. But it's not just a grill. If I put the button here, you can see it's an air fry, a roaster, a griller, a baker, a reheat, and a dehydrate. Dehydrate is for drying flowers and things like that, because I never use that. Reheating for reheating pizzas, baking for cakes, grilling for grilling of course, and so on. I think the Americans call this broiling rather than grilling. Inside here we have this dish which is an air fryer basket. You can fry chips in there, roast potatoes, bacon, I like bacon in there. And inside there you have this dish which you can put roast potatoes in or stew, normal cooking functions. The difference between this one and the first one is this is much wider, but it's also not quite as deep. So you can't really put big chickens in here. You could put a spatchcock kitchen in, which is flattened out, or smaller joints, but you can't really put big joints in. There's also this which comes with it. This is the grill plate. Now you can see it's got ridges all down it, which to give marks on the meat, and it does work to a certain extent, like that. See, you can't get your meat marked on there. But I decided to buy something to go extra with it. This is extra to normal thing, and I bought this thing, which is called a sear and sizzle plate. And it does just that. It's you put your steak in here, you get nice lines, just like you get in a restaurant. It's by this company here called Sear and Sizzle. Now that one here is the smaller version of this machine, and this of course is a big version. You can buy Sear and Sizzle plates for both of them. Now they are expensive. This is expensive, probably because you have to send to America for it. I sent this to America for this one, and it cost me over £60, including postage. But it's very good, I like it, and I've done quite a lot of things with it, and it's not hard to clean. You just put it in water, soak it, and wipe off all the residue. In fact, Sear and Sizzle advise you not to clean it too much, because it sort of ages and gets better as it gets older. So there we are, that's the actual machine itself. I'll just put this back in. If we want to, for example, air fry something, we'll push the air fry button, and there's the degrees. You can change that if we want to whatever we want. We can change the time. So we can do it manually if you want to, but where this machine wins out is this thing at the side. And get it out. Well, this thing is a thermometer, a probe thermometer, which goes into the side of the machine. There, and this bit goes into the meat and then goes into the machine. So this will go into the meat, and if I put the grill plate back in again, like that, into the meat and into the machine, making sure this bit is inside and not like on the side there. Now, once you've done that, you can look at this bit in here, and it's got preset or manual. If I press preset, gives you different things like chicken, fish, lamb, pork, beef. So here you've got different things here: rare, medium rare, medium to well done, and well done. So you can choose what sort of result you want from your beef. I like to do it on rare usually, but everyone to their own choice. My friend likes hers cooked really well. So you can choose it from there, choose the type of food, and then if you choose say beef rare and press go, it will start to heat up. This is a preheat cycle. The machine always preheats, and when you get to the time when it's got its right temperature for preheating, it'll say add food. So you add your food and it will automatically start to cook. For it's not bothered by the time, it's only interested in the temperature. So the temperature was shown here. They will show the preset temperature here and the actual temperature here. I'll show you that when I do something. And when you get to the right sort of time, it will tell you it's done. Part way through it, it will tell you to turn the meat. That doesn't mean turn it over. It means turn it 90 degrees so the sear marks are hash type. Then again further through, it will say flip the food. So you flip it over to the second side. So it's really quite easy really. And as you see, when I'm going to do some pork chops next, and you'll be able to see how easy this is. When it's finished, it tells you get the food and so on. So this is the Ninja Foodi Grill. It is quite expensive, but I think when I bought it, they were about £240. But I believe Ninja reduced the price now to £199. And if you're strapped for cash, they have a payment plan anyway. You pay about £40 odd a month, I think, for 4 months. But it's expensive. It's also very big and very heavy, so you can't put it away easy. I can't put it in a cupboard because I've got a cupboard big enough. So the funny thing is that if my wife was still here, I wouldn't be able to buy it, because my wife said the work surface must be completely clear of everything. If you can't put it away, you can't have it. So I can't put this away, so I couldn't have it. So, but I have got it now, so it's a handy thing. I've used it several times and I've got some good results every time. So I think you could try it if you want. If you can afford to buy it, it's quite a nice machine. You won't need your oven after this for quite a long time because it does everything for you. The Ninja Foodi Grill. Well, here I am again. Do you notice anything different? No, not the jumper. That. Everyone's got a bad day. I've got a bad day today because my false tooth, which is normally connected to the next tooth, broke off. I must have bitten something. So now I've got to go to the dentist when I can find one to have it put back. So if I lisp a bit during this talk, don't worry about it, okay? Just a bad day. Now I'm going to do a pork chop like I said. I'm not going to do it like I said before. I did say I put it in brine and don't put any rub on, but I changed my mind. I mean, you can't change your mind. Men can change their mind just like women can. So this is, whoops, I daisy. Here's the chop. You notice I've cut the rind off as well. I cut the fat off. Now, you don't need to do any of that. You don't need to do seasoning or anything. But I've cut the fat off because I find if I put that in the grill at the same time as the chop, I get some really nice crackling, and I really love crackling. So again, all this thing, seasoning, cutting the rind off, you don't need to do that unless you want to. But I'm going to put this in the oven. I'll also put the probe in the side, as you can see, to keep a check of the temperature. So what I've got to do now is set the oven up, or the grill, sorry. I'll just bring it down a bit. You can see it now. I'm going to set the grill on, and it takes 10 minutes to warm up. So you can see it, it should be warming up now. Maybe it warm, is it? Oh, start. Oh, okay. You see it warming up now. It's nearly warmed up because I put it on before. So when it gets to the right temperature and it says add food, I'll add the pork chop. Now when I put the pork chop in, after a few minutes, I will turn it. I won't turn it over, I'll turn it round about 90 degrees so that the markings on the chop are more like a cross. Halfway through or a bit later, they will tell me to flip it. This means turn the chop over, completely over, and I'll do that. That way I get marks on both sides of the chop, I hope. So I'll leave it till it gets add food, and then I'll add the chop. This is the syringe I use to fill the chop this time. Instead of putting in a brine, I put marinade in this syringe and put it in the chop. And this is the rub I use. I did use the rub, but instead of making my own, I cheated and bought this from Amazon. So I've got, the chop has been marinated with the syringe. It's got this rub on top, and I put the rind separate. Again, you don't need to do any of that unless you want to, but I'm going to see what it tastes like. Okay, it says add food now, so I put the it's called a sear and sizzle, not sear and sizzle plate inside there. I can add the pork chop like that, and also the skin like that, and then put it down. Now I could just put a time on. What I'm going to do is go to preset and get a choice there of lamb, pork. So I put pork. I'm going to put medium on. I mean, you could put well done or medium to well done, but I put medium because when you take the chop out, you've got to leave it for a while to rest, and while it's resting, the temperature rises a bit. So medium, I think, will give me a good chop. I've tried it before and it works okay. Now I'm going to leave it a little while. The target temperature is 65 degrees. Now it's at 22 degrees. I don't need to worry about timing things because the probe will tell me when the temperature inside the chop is correct, and that's the important thing. Time doesn't matter. What does matter is the temperature right inside the meat. So I'm going to wait now till probably maybe 30 degrees or so, and then I'll turn the chop. I won't flip it, I'll turn it. Okay, about 30 degrees. Now what I'm going to do is turn the chop round 90 degrees, just like that. to get the markings across. Make sure a bit of the probe there doesn't come outside. I'll close it again, and now I'll wait until the machine tells me to flip the chop. For probably about 40 degrees I suppose, but I'll wait and see. Well, now it's time to flip the chop. So now I'll get to turn the tongs, I'll take the chop and I'll turn it over, like so. And the markings are on there quite nicely, so I'll close the lid again and wait now until it's finished cooking. I won't bother turning it again, I'm not bothered about the marks on the other side, but I'll wait now until it's actually finished. See the temperature's rising all the time. When it gets to around about maybe a bit before 65, it will tell me to take the chop out. I'll take it out and then I'll let it rest for 5 minutes. On the machine it tells you how long, resting time 5 minutes. That's why it's called an intelligent machine. You don't have to think. All you do is push a button, put your meat in, push a button and select the right meat and then leave it. I mean, you don't need to turn it, but it does tell you when to flip it. But sometimes you don't need to flip it either. Just wait now till it reaches 65 degrees. There we are, it's finished. It says get food, so I'll take the food out. There's the crackling, look, a nice bit of crackling there. And here's the chop. See the time is going up now, it says rest time. It goes up to 5 minutes normally, but you see the chop is nice, nicely marked, and I'll leave it for about 5 minutes before I do anything with it. I could leave it longer probably and make my dinner. So I'm going to have some potatoes and veg with that. You could do what you like, you could have rice or anything. But the crackling's nice, it's a bit hot at the moment. But the crackling's nice and the chop looks nice. And again, as I said, you don't need to do all the things I've done. You don't need to put stuff inside it. You don't need to put stuff on top. You may not want to. But the chop will cook just as well without it. I hope it tastes nice. The last one I did, I actually put some stuff on and it tasted okay. But maybe this stuff here, smells very paprika-y. It might be too smoky for me, I don't know. But there we are, that's the Ninja Grill. Nice and easy to use because it's intelligent. As long as you have the probe, put the probe in, you can choose any meat you like, chicken, beef, pork, and it will work out what sort of temperature you're going to put in it. It will tell you when it's ready, and you can turn it if you want to, flip it to get these nice marks on. So there, I hope you enjoyed that. I can't think of any hints I can give you, except just to make sure that that grill plate goes inside the dish here. Don't leave the dish out. Some people have done that and they have a very awkward results really. But any more hints I can tell you, the probe goes in the side every time, not at the top, in the side, and into the thickest part of meat if you can. The probe, you mustn't let that bit, the bit of the probe, this bit of the probe must always be inside the grill, not sticking on the sides. That's fairly obvious, that really. So that's the Ninja Grill. That's about the last thing I can tell you really. The Ninja Grill, I find it really useful. I've done grilling with it, I've done roast potatoes in it, I've done chips in it, and it's done really well. I believe now they've gone down in price. I saw on Facebook that they're only £199 now, so they've gone down already. So go and buy one. One thing about it, they are pretty heavy and they are pretty big, so you've got to leave it on the work surface. Well, you don't have to, but you have to have a big cupboard and some strong arms. Now, if my wife was alive now, I would not have been allowed to buy that, because when my wife was here, the worktop had to be completely and absolutely clear. If I could put it away, I could have it. If I couldn't put it away, I couldn't have it. So now I can have it. Okay. So don't forget it's big, it's heavy, but it's also very good. The Ninja Foodi Grill XL. Bye.